Good morning, and welcome to the Monday Morning Rant. And this rant is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. On Friday, I went on a business trip to a fitness business summit put out by Bedros Keuilian. And I was really looking forward to it and excited and ready to go. Woke up at 2 in the morning to get to the airport by 4, to leave on a plane by 6, to get there by 7:30. And get a rental car and hopefully get there by about 8:30, right? Airport and the hotel that this place is being staged is about 5 minutes away. So great, right? I show up at 4 in the morning to see the departure board with all the nice little on time, canceled. My flight was the one that was canceled. The only one that was canceled. So suffice it to say, I had a little bit of, what am I going to do? Am I going to get there on time? Am I going to get there at all? I don't know. So at 4:30, I assumed that the Southwest Airlines, quote unquote, customer service desk would open, and I'd be wrong. At 4:37, 3 or 4 zombies wandered in, turned on the lights, and turned on the computer screens and said, "Can I help you?" So, between 50 and 100 of my now new friends, half of them probably on the next flight out, which is the one that I ultimately got on, and half of them probably on the same plane that I was on, wondering, what the hell do I do? This is a business trip. That's a business flight. 6 a.m. flights are business flights typically. So people in business have to get there on time. All right. So I get to the front of the line. I'm talking to the lady who's there to help me. And let's just put that aside for a second. Those people are there to take your bags and collect your money if you've got more than 2 bags or whatever. Southwest is 2 bags fly free. Well, I want to put my bags on the plane and just not go anywhere, and just so they can have an experience. But anyway, so I talked to her, told her my issue. She informed me that I'd be on the next flight. She never once offered me, hey, can I get you on a different airline, a different flight to get you there on time? Because I told her what time I needed to be there and whatnot. So the bottom line is, and I talked to a couple other people in this whole endeavor. The bottom line is, at least from Southwest perspective, nobody cared. All right, at least that's the feeling I got. Nobody offered help, sympathy. Sorry would have been nice. That would have helped. It wouldn't have helped get me there on time, but needless to say, it would have made me feel a little bit better. All right. So, like I said, this is less of a rant, more of a imploring you to go above and beyond what everybody else in the world is doing right now. And I'm assuming if you own a business or run any kind of service, this is going to apply directly to you. So I'm going to tell you some things to do and some things to not do. And I'll start with the don'ts, because it's easier not to do something than to do something, right? So, in 3 lines, don't suck, don't be mediocre, and don't compete with anybody other than yourself, all right? So, let's start at the bottom. You're not competing with anybody else. Everybody else sucks. Let's just get that on the table right now. Everybody else sucks. Yeah, there are a few competitors out there that might be better than you or have more customers or more perceived success, but there aren't that many. All right. In the airline industry, there are none. I've flown on most of them. I can't speak for the ones I haven't flown on, but I've flown on most of them, and they're all pretty much mediocre. Okay, so don't be mediocre. Mediocre means average. Average means mediocre. Average is just one step above suck. Okay, so I have this thing that it comes from statistics. I coined the phrase. I don't know if it's funny or not, but it's the statistical term is there are these control bands, and in the middle, right in the middle is average, your average. So I call this the mediocrity band of suck. Okay, because if you're in this band, if you're in this bucket, if you're average, if you want to be just like everybody else, and you base all of your marketing efforts and all your operational efforts on this is how that company does it, and they're average, you're going to be average, and you've just lumped yourself into this bucket, and I call it the mediocrity band of suck. And what seems to be happening nowadays, especially with a bad economy and everybody down, and you'd think that customer service would actually get better about this time, because people would want to keep their jobs because they see all their friends and relatives and neighbors getting laid off. That's not happening. It seems like really crappy negativity permeates and seeps through everything, and what's happening right now is that mediocrity band of suck is slowly falling, so that average, which represents our expectations, the bar is being lowered every single day. And I want to help. I want all of us to turn this thing around, because I'm tired of it. Okay, I'm tired of crappy service. I'm tired of everybody being in the doldrums. Let's get positive. Let's shake out of this thing. So what I want to implore you to do today is to don't suck, don't be mediocre, and don't compete with anybody else, because they don't matter. Okay? What I want you to do is I want you to be remarkable. I want you to be awesome. I know you're awesome. You know you're awesome. Let everybody else know that you're awesome. Okay? So that's really easy to do. So let's go back to this mediocrity band of suck. You're here. On some days you're going to be up here. Some days you're going to be down here. But in general, you're going to average out to right in the middle. Right? So what customers are looking for, short term and long term, is consistency. And when you have a band of a level of service that ranges this much, what you're offering is inconsistency. People don't like that. In the short run, people do not like that at all. In the long run, they want consistency and they want awesomeness. Okay, you're here to give them both. Okay, and the only way to give them both is to aim the bar really high. Okay, and always try to exceed your last performance. It's really not that hard of a concept. Yeah, it may be hard to do, because sometimes some days you wake up on the wrong side of the bed. Last week, a perfect example. I woke up to go to a business meeting on Wednesday, 6 a.m. in the morning. I walk outside, my car window's smashed. Guy down the street's car window was smashed. A guy a few doors down from him, his car window was smashed. I don't live in a bad neighborhood. I don't know what the hell's going on, but that could have made my day really crappy. It was raining. My car was wet inside. I had to go to this meeting. It was going to take, several hours. I wouldn't be able to get my car fixed ultimately until later that day, which was, I was grateful. I was able to get the car window fixed for not a lot of money, which I was especially grateful for, and for not having to deal with the police and the insurance companies and all that crap that's associated with it. That thing could have really lowered my, made my day bad, but I chose for it not to make my day bad. Okay, I was going to make the best out of this really crappy situation. So, I didn't let the airline get me down. I didn't let Southwest get me down. But, I will tell you that I'm going to think really, really hard about flying on them again, because my last experience with them was crappy. I mean, really crappy. So, bottom line is, be remarkable and be awesome. And the way you do that is you go out there and you tell people what you're going to do, you do it, and then you tell them what you did. And if you can't do those three things for any reason, let them know, let your customer know as soon as humanly possible. If a project is due on Friday at noon, and you're not going to be able to get done with it until Friday at 2 p.m., don't call them on Friday at 1 p.m. You're already late, and now you're wasting time on the phone, talking to them, explaining away, giving excuses as to why you're going to be late. Whereas contrast that with, on Tuesday, you knew, hey, I'm slipping. I'm going to try to do everything I can to reel this thing in. I'm going to call my customer and say, look, I may be late. I may, on the project that I told you I'd be done with on Friday at noon, I'm going to be done most likely at 2. This is what I'm doing to reel it in. I'm going to do my best to get it done. So now you've actually set the bar. You've set the expectation that you're going to get it done at 2 now. You've kind of reset. And if you get it there by 1:30, even though you're an hour and a half late based on the original time, you're now half an hour early based on the new time. But if you call it 1 on Friday, you're an hour late. And now you're going to be 2 hours late, or 3 hours late because you wasted an hour on the phone when you were talking with your customer when you should have done that 2 days ago, and you're calling people, help me, help me, help me. Okay? So be awesome, be remarkable. That's the end of this rant. Next next week's rant may be brought to you by Hertz Rent a Car. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.